Listen, one of the reasons why I came in here a little bit late was because I had to do a little bit of research. I didn't want to be wrong about this. I didn't want to be scammed. So I had to double check and make sure that this was a thing. I get a lot of messages from people. Some of you guys, you're just out to tell me things that are going to hurt my feelings. And occasionally, I'll get messages from people who will sit there and say, I don't know if you watch Cartoonist Kayfabe, Ethan, but they're deliberately overlooking you and your important contributions to comic book history. Now, listen, I'm used to this at this point. There are so many fucking has-beens, never-wases, F-list losers, perverts, and creeps who want to diminish my greatness, okay? It's just not diminishable. Look at me. Just... I have accomplished so many wonderful and amazing things in comics that I've forgotten most of them, and it's still too many to remember. I've forgotten 90% of my greatness, and it's still too much. The 10%, the remaining 10% still shines bright enough to light a fucking solar system. You guys, these people out there that want to sit there and talk shit about me, don't you understand? My greatness cannot be diminished by mere words. These are actions. These are things that really exist concrete in the universe. Hold on a second. Kick EVS is 10 letters. Kick me? You can't. This is my show. Margaret Miracle says, it's overkill already. It's enough, Ethan. Just shut up. All right, Margaret, you're right. And you know me better than anyone. Hold on. I'm going to bring my humility back down. Ethan's greatness only expands, says convicted for Christ. Ladies and gentlemen, I humbly have to say that when you send me messages saying, do you watch Cartoonist Kayfabe? The answer is no, because I'm not 13. I don't watch those guys. But those of you who do, and get upset when they're reviewing a Wizard magazine and deliberately seem to skip over my greatness, not greatness, it's some fucking ad or something like that. Here's one of these videos. And you guys are so concerned about it, and I really appreciate it. You go, look at these guys snubbing you. Watch this.
And 75 people on payroll. And literally saying that, like, there are people here. It's just Caesar, it's Julius Caesar. There are people here
Caesar.
who don't like me. People that he's paying. Yeah. That talk shit. And shit, like, it's very high school. It's very strange to think of that he's the boss, and yet he's got these people that it's
Sean
like,
Christopher,
I'm not going
sorry,
to watch with that
you're
guy.
right. You're right.
It's dramatic. It's high school stuff, and with that, and there is so much sycophant chatter in here, man, where they're like, oh yeah, like I go to lunch with them every day because like I know how to hang and like, like shit like that. Man,
there's Dan
like,
Fraga.
wow,
yeah,
pretty whack. Yeah,
what's that?
It's quite
what's that you're touching there?
The numbers are down a lot.
What is that?
Compared to what they were. If you watch the Image Revolution documentary, there's a part with Marat Michaels talking about going into the studio, and Rob is like sad and has his head hanging.
Any mention of
Marat's like, "Yo, man, what's wrong, dude?"
That's
and,
like an ad for CYBERFROG #1.
Got our first book that sold.
What is that? It has a coupon there.
That would be tough. In that same documentary, there is the part where Rob has taken some of his job dudes to the window. And I've been to that office. Like, I've been there, man. I seen it.
You think they missed it?
And he's, like, pointing out to the car lot. And Rob's like, all those cars out there?
I mean, look, even if you hate me, like, that's still comment worthy. Like,
Danny
here's
Mickey
where that fucking
one in
asshole
studio and going over some inking with his top inker, I think, at the time,
like
for sure. Look how much clutter is in that office. It makes me kind of uncomfortable just looking at it. Little sidebar here, Life Out Bearing the Hatchet. Going back to do the cover for X-Force 50. Yeah, I have that, but like it doesn't register for me. It doesn't ring a bell. But in 2 issues, I believe, from this, we're going to be getting into Heroes Reborn. Right. So he's mending those fences, and he says even here, like, don't confuse me for Todd McFarlane or Eric Larson. Like, I don't have a problem with Marvel, never did, and I credit Bob Harris for a lot of stuff that happened in my career. He said it on our interview also. Yeah, makes me think that Bob Harris may be the editor-in-chief when they do the Heroes Reborn. Might be editor-in-chief at this point. Here's the curious thing, because he's sure the timing on that. But
so anyway, you guys, this is like the 4th time that they've done that. Like they review Wizard magazines, And CYBERFROG is, is in Wizard Magazine a few times, and so every time there's a CYBERFROG, that's Wizard Magazine number 53, if you'd like to know. You can pick that up. That's the first mention of CYBERFROG in Wizard Magazine. First mention of me in Wizard Magazine, I believe, was Wizard number 53 there in 1995. So you guys send me these messages like, what is this? Why are you so persecuted? These are great questions. I would like to know.